Hello, happy Monday. I hope that there are people that come in and join live, especially if you have any questions you want to ask. It's always easier, kind of as I'm going, to ask them live. But today my topic is sharing on social media. So this is like simple sharing on social media and how to not overcomplicate it. This is something that's awesome. Whether you're doing the Young Living business or not, I'm going to share tips and tricks, but they coincide with each other. We all have super busy lives. The last thing half of us want to do is show up on social media. But here's the thing, when I got started with Young Living, I had no interest in doing the business whatsoever. None. Like, I am a full-time photographer. I had 2 other jobs. No interest, but I loved the product so much, and I've always been one that truly just shares what I love, especially if I feel like it's a value, especially if I feel like it's been working. And so I was sharing. And as people would reach out saying, I really would like that, I would just send them to my friend who I got started with. And finally, my friend was like, do you understand like what you're giving up here? And so here's why I want to differentiate, like if you're doing a business or if you're not. Think about it. How many times do we share when we've had a great experience eating out, when we've loved the food that we've had, when we get something from Amazon that really works and is so easy to share with our friends, when we find a snack hack at Costco that can change someone's life? Like, we share because I feel like as human beings, that's who we are, is just trying to pass along goodness, trying to pass along value, trying to pass along what it is that we find we love and hopefully make a shortcut for someone else. And so regardless if you truly want to like dive in and do this as a business or not, if you are using the products, which you are because you're here in Spruce Society, so we're all users of the product, right? Why not share occasionally? And if someone were to say like, hey, I could use that too, do you know on your first time customer, your first month, you make 50% of whatever they spend? That's a nice little something in your pocket. Even if you're not wanting to do this as a full-blown business, you can do this just by simply sharing. And if someone happens to want something that you're loving, great. And if they don't, that's okay too. You're just sharing what you love. And that's kind of how I do things on my social media, even though I am doing this as a full-blown business. You can go over to my Instagram or on my Facebook stories and watch like how I'm sharing today. We got up really early because my wrist is hurt. I can't lift things. I can't do things. And so before my husband left for work today, we had like a bunch of things we need to get done. And I just share as I go. So I'm not doing something specifically to share, if that makes sense. I'm just kind of taking people along in my day as I go. If I'm cleaning something and I'm showing how I'm cleaning it, I just share. If I'm at Costco grocery shopping and there happens to be something on sale that I love, I'll share. So do you see how I'm like not creating extra work for myself? I'm just picking up my phone and spending an extra 5 seconds here and there to post a story as I'm going. And that's what I typically do in my daily life. And I have built quite a Young Living business from that because I'm just sharing naturally. I'm not going to share to try and sell something. I'm just sharing what I'm using and how it's working and why. Today was a little bit more Young Living heavy just because I'm kind of doing like a day in the life today of like how I start my day, which is clearly by diffusing. I did a thieves cleaner, bacteria test. My wrist is hurt, so I shared what I was using, but still I'm just taking people along in the journey. So don't create a ton of extra work for yourself. Even I made a reel today, but I made it from just us doing a bacteria test. I had someone reach out and ask like, oh my gosh, but thieves cleaner, you say it's inexpensive, you say it's plant-based, but does it really work? And I'm just not one that's ever gonna sit back. And so I bacteria tested it. You're more than welcome to use it. You're more than welcome to share it, whatever you wanna do. But I'm just here to say that if you are loving the product, if you are finding something that really works for you, I feel like for myself, I was doing my friends a disservice by not sharing, because if it was working for me, so much and I wasn't sharing it, then to me that's being selfish. I'm keeping something to myself that is a great value. I'm keeping something to myself that is truly working. And honestly, in our family, we could not live without Young Living products. And I'm not even exaggerating. My son was able to go completely off of breathing treatments. My other son's skin cleared up, and we had tried everything on both accounts. And the only thing that ended up working in the end was Young Living. I couldn't keep that to myself, nor do I want to keep it to myself. We are a Young Living family. We are a family of sharing something that is so precious that can help other people. Don't keep it to yourself. And if you're not a person that shares on social media, that's okay. That's your thing too. This is just for people who are sharing on social media, and just a little nudge, if you're not doing the business, just start sharing what you're loving just because. And then if anyone happens to come along and wants to join you in whatever you're doing, then it's just a bonus. And how awesome that you could make 50% of whatever they spend and have your friend by your side or have someone by your side that is just loving this. It really is so easy. And if you do not know where to get started, go watch my stories today. It just kind of gives you a guide of take you along in my day. One thing I draw the line at some places. I don't know that I've ever showed cleaning my toilet. That's just crossing the line. But otherwise, nothing else much crosses the line. I just kind of take people along in my journey. If it's setting up for photo sessions, I'll share it. If it's vacuuming and dusting, I'll share it. If it's whatever, I'll share it. And I am 100% sharing every tip and trick I find along the way. Today, I think I shared Albertsons has boneless, skinless chicken breast for 97 cents a pound. That's a crazy price. We ran and got some. We canned it. I showed a little bit of canning. And I didn't go the whole process of canning. And so what I'm saying is just snippets in your day. If you're kind of stuck as to if you're doing the business, I don't know what to share. Just share your day. You don't have to come up with something new and earth-shattering. People just want to know what you're doing. If you're cleaning or organizing something, take people along with it. Showing up does not have to be difficult. Showing up does not have to be hard. Showing up just needs to be authentically you. And if you're a mama in the trenches and days are crazy, people want to see that too, because you know what? That forms connection with people of I'm not alone. Someone else is out there in the trenches and I see you. And especially if you're a mama in the trenches and there are oils you put in that diffuser that help you and your kiddos, that's a game changer for people. Don't keep it to yourself. And so I guess this is just a really small thing today to just show up more often, help people in their journey. Know that you could be that bridge between people really struggling in their day and people having a more peaceful day. You can be that peace. You can be that bridge. And you have a voice that only your people can hear because your people aren't following me. My people aren't following you. And so you need to be the voice that your friends and your people are following. And it's not, never has it been salesy for me. For me, it's just been, this is what I'm doing. This is what's working in my life. If you're someone who could use this also, I'm here for you. And that's really all it is. But just remember that you have a voice. You have a voice that only certain people can hear. We are all put on this earth for a purpose with special individual voices and different circles of friends and different people that are watching. And so if you just go into it knowing you know what, maybe something I shared today could help someone else, that's worth it. That's always worth it. If you can help one person in their life feel better, do better, ease a burden off their shoulders, it's worth it. And that's really all I had to say today is you have a voice, it's special, and use it. So that's it. Go out there. Tag me if you are like feeling nervous about it so that I can cheer you on, because we are all in this together. And I love hearing different voices. I love hearing what other people have to share, and I love learning from other people. So I would love for you to post something today and tag me. So I hope you have the best Monday ever, and get out there and share.